let's try that again, this time with my microphone unmuted. Hello everybody, Joe Bagdones here, and welcome back for another episode of One. Just finished up my recording session for Love, which is why my mic was muted, because I mute the mic in OBS, so that way it's just picking up the audio from the video, and then I have another recording going in Audacity, just picking up the audio from the mic. So that way I splice them together in Premiere, and bish bash bosh, got a video. Boom, bam, ready to go. Nice. Anyway, yeah, what happened last time? The foot. He put the ponos to the Vagjos, and he just jammed it in. Jammed it in. Am I old? That's an old fucking thing. Just jam it in. You guys know. You guys know, right? You guys are a bunch of old heads. You remember just jam it in? Just jam it in, man. Anyway, yeah. That happened. Now we are continuing. You might have noticed that I said in the last video, this video would probably go up on the 8th, and if you were paying attention if you watched the Muffler video, you might notice I said, oh yeah, I'll just record and upload this like a couple hours later, lol. Yeah, that's not what I'm doing. I changed my mind. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit. With my time off, going home, coming up next week, I need as many days spaced out between videos as I can get. So yeah, this is going up tomorrow. Tomorrow being the 9th, being Thursday? I think it's a Thursday. I think today's Wednesday. Yeah, because I go back to work tomorrow. So that's what will be happening. Hopefully we'll be able to get through the Akane Route and finish that up today, leaving only the Nanase route left of the main known routes, because there's I guess this game has two hidden routes, because we haven't even seen the red-headed Borgor girl, and I guess there's another hidden one besides that. So we'll get to it when we get to it. Let's do it. Let's just hop in. I got nothing else to say. I think it skipped the text of line when I saved last time. Yep. As always, when the usual time comes around, the chime rings for the end of 4th period. As if having waited for that moment for a long time, the class immediately springs up from their seats. Within the clamor, I follow my usual routine of walking over to Akane's desk, sweetened buns in hand. Hey, Akane. Pausing as she's about to put her pacer away in her pencil case, she turns in the direction of my voice. Sitting there in her seat, she looks up at me with her usual, somewhat ill-humored expression. Then she takes her pink handkerchief-wrapped lunch out from her desk. I'm more surprised at how she has the room to put it in there. The room is fine, but I would have cut the and just has room to put it in there. You know, personal preference. Usually, you'd have a mess of notebooks, textbooks, and handouts in there, leaving no space for something like a lunchbox. Well, if you're taking your books home, they're probably staying in the bag, which looks like, from what I've gleaned from anime, they just kind of like hang on the side of the desk. She asks while looking at me, puzzled as to why I'm just standing there without sitting down. Hey, why don't we eat somewhere else today? She tilts her head a little. It seems she hasn't caught on to what I mean yet. What I mean is, it'd be nice if we could eat in the courtyard once every now and then. Just like we did last year, I added. Never did get to have a proper meal there last year, did we? So, let's go. I come to a stop, looking over at the still-seated Akane. Why not? It's March. I mean, where I'm from, March is still like snow on the ground season, but here? No. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Yeah, because it's already March. Wait. Huh? This... Because it's a nice day. Okay, I was about to say, this isn't on the guide, but it is. I'm just blind. Just look at how nice the weather is. Even better. They call it cloudless days like today clear days. And so, because of that, we'll be okay. You're right. Before I know it, I can see dark clouds drifting outside the window. Don't worry, it'll soon clear up. Was that a fucking laugh from Akane? Staring at my face, Akane gives a sudden giggle. What's with you all of a sudden? Akane continues with a gentle smile on her face as I complain. Ugh! Don't put me in the same category as her. Anything but that. Her face filled with a cheerful smile, she stands up with her lunchbox in her hands. Yeah. I give a light nod and we head outside the classroom together. I'm telling you, it's not. Look, the tree still has greenery on it. It can't be that cold. Oh, what? Oh, I forgot to read. I forgot to read my lines. Line! She nods with a smile. An unambiguous smile, just for me. Seeing that smile, I'm reminded once again that this is my everyday life. That you'll soon be leaving behind to fade from reality, to do fucking whatever in eternity. Not a day off, but just an ordinary weekday. Just the ordinary classes, and just the same lunchtime as yesterday. Students pass us by, chattering about trivial things, like today's lunch special, like how it'll surely be fried meat today, since it's been fried fish 3 times in a row, like how they'd definitely be picked by the teacher during the next math period, so please show them yesterday's homework. Truly meaningless conversations like that. There's not a single special thing about it. And although there are little changes along the way, each day moves at a pace too slow for me to feel them. A happiness that's even a little boring. It's March now. The graduation ceremony having come and gone, will soon advance from 2nd year to 3rd year. The corridors with which have grown a little lonelier with the 3rd years having graduated should soon be overflowing with new uniforms too. Passing through the warm... Dappled? I don't think I've ever seen the word dappled before. The warm, dappled sunlight that floods through the corridors, we head for the entrance hall. And then, staring into the courtyard... That should be alright. After all, it hasn't rained. You little delinquent. A happy, everyday existence. An everyday existence that can never be broken. Every day so far as every day goes. What? Every day so far as every... Okay, sure. I'm happy with that. But realizing that the everyday has broken, realizing that there was no eternity, I despaired. But I was unable to give up. And so, I went in search of an eternity that shouldn't have existed. And then, I set foot in that place. Huh? I'm dragged back to reality by Akane's voice coming from right beside me. Yeah, it's gonna rain. She repeats the word once more. What's wrong? I slowly ask in reply, trying to work out the true meaning behind her words. Oh. Hugging her lunchbox tightly to her chest, she looks up anxiously at the clouded sky. The sky she had looked up at so sadly has become clouded in thick black clouds. Covered in thick black clouds. The sky looks as though it could start pouring down any second.
すごく寒いです。
We should probably go back inside then. That's because we're standing still. You'll warm up if you run. I declare, breaking into a run while waving my packet of bread around. You gonna run while eat? That's pretty dangerous. Akane gives a series of sighs before deciding to run after me, having apparently decided that's better than staying still. I slide into a seated position on the courtyard lawn. I would fucking destroy my tailbone and back trying to do that because I'm old and broken. Akane arrives a moment later.
ひどいです。
She shoots me an accusing look as she sits down on the lawn beside me. But it only lasts for a moment before she quickly settles back into a peaceful expression, although it's hardly a dramatic change. You're a little warmer now, right?
はい。でも、雨が降りそうです。
She looks anxiously up at the sky, covered in black. Yeah, you're right. Looking up at the same sky, I think back to this morning's weather forecast. I didn't say anything about rain. Well, you know, fucking spring showers and all that coming out of nowhere. Let's eat until it starts coming down.
はい。
Nodding, she readjusts her posture on the lawn and places her lunchbox in her lap. Watching her untie the handkerchief from beside her, I noisily open my packet of bread.
何？
She notices my gaze. I was just thinking that it's been a long time. A long time since I've had lunch in the courtyard weather like this.
去年ですから。
Yeah.
公平。やっぱり寒いです。
You'll warm up once you eat something.
やっぱりシーコに。
I don't think her food is hot. It'd be very impressive if she had a insulated lunchbox that could keep her food warm all day just sitting in her desk. Like a thermos, but a lunchbox. Ugh, what an ill-omened thing to say.
呼んで。
Excuse me? And here she comes. Why does she always keep appearing out of nowhere like this?
ねえ、呼んだ？
No. Don't worry, no one was calling you. I make myself perfectly clear on the issue. Of course, it'd be too easy if this were enough to drive her off. Suddenly, she stares at my face with a complex expression. Oh, you forgetting? What's wrong, Yuzuki? It was a happiness I thought would never be broken. But, still retaining the puzzled expression on her face, she slowly slides her gaze over to Akane. Just like on that distant day. Her attention still on me, she asks Akane in a quiet voice. An instant was all it took.
この人、茜の知り合い？
For my peaceful, everyday existence to crumble. What kind of stupid prank do you think you're pulling, Yuzuki?
折原くん？
There you go. Of course. Who else do I look like?
そうだよね。どうしたんだろう、私。今、折原くんのこと。
Looking up at the sky, she murmurs as though she just remembered. Ah, fuck.
本当だ。
Looking up together with her, Yuzuki places her hand over her head. The drops of water falling onto her open palm are rapidly increasing in number.
さっきまではいいお天気だったのに。
It really wasn't, though? It looked like shit? There's no helping it. Let's go back inside. Scrambling to collect our things from around us, I leave the rain-exposed courtyard.
ひどい目にあった。あれ？
What is it? She suddenly stops while in the courtyard, turning around to look behind her.
どうしたの？茜。
You disassociating right now? She's still in the same place we were before. Still yet to have taken a single step, she's standing there looking up at the rainy sky. What's wrong, Akane? Her gaze remains focused on the sky. But her mouth gradually opens.
何でもないです。
An uneasy reply, and one that seems to require her utmost effort to give. It was the 9th before, so we hopping forward a week. Who else is
綺
forgetting?
麗ですね。
Walking beside me, Akane suddenly issues a murmur. The scenery on the road home from school is clad in a coat of brilliant red. The flowing red clouds are mirrored on the crimson grass walls. Grass walls? Glass walls, okay. Whew. I was about to say, grass walls? No, but he needs the skyscrapers. Okay. A red footpath, a red traffic light, red grass, red trees. Even the shadows are tinted red. Yeah, sure is a beautiful scene.
綺麗なだけですか？
She peers up at the sky. Beautiful and delicious.
綿菓子みたいだから。
You mean cotton candy? Yeah. The red encroaches deep into the back of my retinas. It enters inside me, as though it's directly stimulating my tear glands. I can feel something welling up behind my eyes. What, like a migraine? Trying to cover it up, I turn slowly to look up at the sky. With a 360-degree panorama, my field of vision shows a different scene entirely. From red to red. From ceiling to clouds. It's flowing. What? I'm in that place again. That sad place. No. I know now. That's why it's sad.
悲しい。
Sad, yeah, and then we're gonna talk about how sad eternity is, and Misao. And how she died. It sounds like their mom got fucking hooked up in a cult. I mean, I'm not sure if it's still as big of an issue as it was before, but I know Japan has like a pretty big issue with cults. Hey, Akane?
はい、
What would you do if I were to go away somewhere?
嫌です。
I see.
はい、
The crossing light blinks, and the people begin to move. It's a beautiful sunset, isn't it?
本当に綿あめみたい。
What a weird thing to say. Fairy floss, huh? That sure brings back memories.
今度私が作りますよ。
You have a cotton candy maker? I mean, you know how?
見よう見まねですけど。
I see. In that case, the earlier the better. Upturned eyes, gently drifting clouds. Because soon, I'll be going to a place beyond those clouds. What a fucking ominous thing to just say. The welling tears roll down my cheeks. I'm certain of it. The world I had wished so hard for that day exists beyond those clouds. And am I about to travel to that world? And if I am, what will become of myself in this world?
消えますよ。
She points to the blinking crossing light with a troubled expression. Yeah, you're right. Time is symbolic of things that change. There's no such thing as eternity. No such thing as a time that never ends. That's what I continue to believe. Nice old rainy Saturday. I'm already awake. In spite of that, I remain lying here in bed in the same posture as when I first regained consciousness. With nothing to do, I simply lie on my side and look up at the ceiling, mood, drip. Sound. Small sound, causing minute vibrations in the air. Yes, that is what sound is. The sound isn't causing the vibrations in the air vibrations in the air is the sound. Stupid. Drip, drip. Sound of something beating on the floor. The floor? Unpleasant sound. Drip, drip, drip. Did you leave the window open? Sound gradually increases in strength, eventually becoming the clear sound of water. Droplets strike against the window pane horizontally, together with the sound of the wind. An out-of-season shower. well, I guess in Japan there is a season for showers. They have the monsoons, so fair. Not a season shower, but that has nothing to do with me. Every day continues to crumble without a sound. The collapse of a world's going unnoticed. No, that's not right. The only thing crumbling, disappearing, is me. Sa! The rain continues to fall without a pause. I thought it was like thunder, and that's why I was dramatic about it, but no. It was just rain. Another world is gradually infiltrating my mind. An invitation from another world. Oh, we fucking isekaiing? Nice. And a separation from this one. Speaking of isekai, the next episode of Mushoku Tensei is going to be airing in like a day or two. And oh man, the fucking Twitter normies are going to lose their goddamn minds. I've read up to like volume 18 in the web novels. I stopped there because that's where it all becomes machine translated, and it's painful to read. Like, you have to spend half your time just trying to decipher what the fuck the sentence means in relation to the words around it. And I've just given up. I'm gonna wait for the official translations of the light novels, which have some stuff removed from the web novel and some stuff changed and edited around in, the translation process. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? But we got El Presidente last episode, so that's all we can ask for. That had been the alarm that alerted me to the decay of the everyday. I glanced at the alarm clock on my bedside. It's past 8 o'clock. Usually, I would have to go to school by now. What? Huh? Was that a sentence? Usually, I would have to go to school by now. Okay, yeah. Usually, my busybody childhood friend would be here to strip my blanket away. But today, there's no one coming up the stairs in my room. Because this is just someone else's house. The house of a stranger. The sound of the rain is all I hear. I suppose it won't be long before I'll have to leave this house. Right now, I'm no different than a thief. Well, more of a squatter than a thief. One who just came into the house using a spare key while Yukiko-san was away. I slowly get up and change into my clothes. Dressing myself simply, I head out into the hallway. I have no destination in mind. There's no longer any place left in this world that will accept my existence. I walk down the hallway across the cold floorboards. The hallway that creaks with each step I take. The lampshade covered in dust. A little scar on the wall from when we moved the bed into my room. Each one an everyday sight for me. These things now arouse a sense of nostalgia. So many things I only understand now, having lost them, and no time left for me to retrieve them. The telephone rings. Its sound mingles with that of the rain. Without really thinking about it, I stand in front of the phone. Reaching out my hand, I hesitate. Still standing in the same pose, I wait for the phone to stop ringing. But the phone continues to ring, as if urging me to pick it up. Stealing my determination, I reach for the receiver and pick it up. Hello? The voice from the receiver is unmistakably Akane's. She calls my name, as if to affirm my existence. Akane? She knows who I am? Yukiko-san, my one and only relative. Nagamori, my childhood friend who had been with me forever. Well, my existence has been forgotten from even their hearts, it still remains in Akane's. But even that won't last for much longer. Akane, you called just because you were worried about me? I put the words together as calmly as I can. Her voice comes to me across the receiver. It's a conversation that would have normally seemed natural, but now it brings tears of joy to my eyes. Where are you calling from?
学校です。
Payphone next to the staff entrance?
はい。
Looking at my watch, it's right between first and second periods. Is it break time over there?
はい。
Sorry to have to put you to the trouble of calling, but I'm just taking the day off from school today because I've got a cold. I haven't got a fever, and I'm not coughing, although I guess I don't have much of an appetite.
そうですか。
Yeah, so just going back to class without worrying about me. I make a deliberate effort, a deliberate effort to end the call as quickly as possible. Who are you? Because I'm afraid of hearing those words from Akane's mouth. That's why I want. I can't speak. Fucking, where's my coffee? That's why I want to end this conversation with her as soon as I can.
まだ要件があります。
What's that?
デートしませんか？
It sure is rare for you to ask me. Okay then, we'll go next Sunday.
今からです。
Right now? You're at school, right?
早退します。
She doesn't hesitate for a second. Wait, you can't invite me out. I'm sick.
大丈夫です。仮病ですから。
Damn, fucking seen right through you.
仮病なんでしょう。
I'm impressed you could tell. She sighs into the receiver.
はい。
Are you really gonna leave early?
はい。
Alright then, in that case, let's go and enjoy today's date to the fullest. Even if it is raining.
はい。
Where should we meet then?
あの公園がいいです。
Alright, I'll go there now to meet you then.
はい。
Her call cuts off mid-reply. Her 10 yen coin had probably run out. Damn, only 10 fucking cents? Nice. Fucking cheap-ass payphone. I return the beeping receiver to the stand. I try waiting for a little while, but the phone doesn't ring again. An invitation to a date from Akane. I had wished to just quietly depart from this world. I had prepared for it, but adjusting the bag on my back, I leave my key in the hallway before leaving Yukiko-san's house. I walk along the rainy streets with my umbrella raised, towards that place where I had felt Akane's warmth for the first time. The rain pours down. Like the last time I was here, the scenery drifts palely into view, colored by large drops of rain. There, blending in with the lonely scenery, stands a pink umbrella. Yo, delinquent!
仮病よりマシです。
It's not as if there's a big difference between the two.
はい。
Covered in a thick curtain of rain, her expression remains unchanging. I continue walking over to her side. Treading in puddles forming on the concrete ground, I draw up to her. Now then, where shall we go?
商店街がいいです。
Shopping district, huh? Yeah, we can take shelter from the rain inside the shops there.
はい。
She gives a minute nod. For an instant, I see an expression flit across her face. Standing alone in an empty place, battered by the rain. Same sad expression from once before.
どうしたんですか？
No, it's nothing. I just... this rain sure is awful.
はい。
I wanted to apologize. I wanted to apologize from the bottom of my heart. To Akane, who knows nothing but continues to believe in me. The shopping district on a rainy weekday is even more desolate than I had imagined. There are no signs of people along its dim streets. Only the weak light spilling from the shop fronts and reflecting off the rain-soaked asphalt. First, we gotta get something to eat. I do my best to sound enthusiastic, trying to disperse the depressing mood.
何にしますか？
She looks up towards my face. How about hamburgers? We can take our time eating them inside the brightly lit shop.
嫌です。
She seems apologetic as she continues to speak.
この格好ですから。
Her gaze falls to the uniform she's wearing. It's true that people in uniform are generally frowned upon inside stores at this time of day. In that case, I'll go in and buy them, so just wait for me somewhere. I suggest, realizing that so long as Akane is wearing a uniform, we would likely face the same problem in any shop.
それなら山陽堂がいいです。
Sanyo-do, you need waffles?
はい。
She nods happily. You'll get hungry with just waffles. Remember, we're planning to have fun for the whole day.
大丈夫です。
Oh man, she's carpet loading.
ワッフル
Fucking
は
draw that
好き
energy
です
out.
から。
Well, I guess that's okay then. I haven't gotten a clue to why that's okay, but if that's what Akane wants, then I don't mind either. What will you have, Akane?
公平の家で食べたのと同じのがいいです。
You're gonna eat that thing again?
美味しいです。
Really?
はい。
I'll go with chocolate.
美味しいですけど。
I'll have it next time.
はい。約束です。
Alright then, I'm off to buy them.
はい。
Wait for me here, okay?
待ってます。
She nods and I head off. I'm back!
おかえりなさい。
How was that? Quick, wasn't it? I dash over to her, brandishing the paper bag from Sanyo-do.
はい。
That was because there was no line. It's the first time I've ever seen Sanyo-do deserted like that. Now, the question is, where shall we eat? Looking around the shopping district, there isn't a single place where we can sit. Even if there were a bench, it probably wouldn't be in any condition for us to sit on, what with the rain and all.
このままでいいです。
I mean, there's probably some veranda you can stand under. Some shop front's gotta have, like, an overhanging ledge. Like this. You mean while standing?
はい。
Yeah, it's just a waffle. In that case, let's walk while we eat.
はい。
Fishing a chocolate waffle out of the paper bag, I pass the remainder over to her. She takes a long stare into the bag. What's wrong? I ordered it just like you asked.
交換しませんか？
She asks with a smile. Eh? I freeze.
美味しいから食べてください。
Forcing the bag back onto me, she seizes my chocolate waffle. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I mutter pathetically while staring at the paper bag past me.
美味しいです。
She urges me to eat with a smile. It's true that it doesn't taste bad. What? It's true that it doesn't taste bad. There we go. I put the right emphasis on the right word. It doesn't taste bad, but it's way too sweet. It's generally acknowledged by myself and others that I like sweet food, but this kind of vicious sweetness is too much even for me. Heaving a sigh, I glance at Akane's expression. As expected, she looks like she's enjoying this. Do I really have to eat this?
はい。
You know, my doctor told me I should cut down on sweet foods.
何のお医者さんですか？
I mean, I'm pretty sure most doctors would say that. My dentist.
ちゃんと歯を磨けば大丈夫です。
In that case, my internist?
何ですか？それならって。
Oh, so what's an internist? Okay, fine. I'll eat it. Grabbing the disc-shaped object, whose very color suggests sweetness, I bring it to my mouth. Munch. Ugh.
美味しいです。
Ugh. Sweet. I open my mouth, having somehow managed to swallow the first mouthful. Do I really have to finish it all?
はい。
No matter what?
はい。
One of these things might just be sweeter than a whole cake from that place. I point towards a confectionery shop that we pass by. Inside the shop window is a row of cakes decorated with multicolored candles. Looks like they're for birthdays.
かわいいです。
And I'll bet they're expensive too.
いつですか？
When is my what?
誕生日です。
Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's the 24th of March. March.
もうすぐじゃないですか？
Yeah, finally, I'll be old enough to smoke. Smoking is bad. I was just joking.
タバコは嫌いです。
Yeah, tobacco's fucking... tobacco's... God damn it, Akane. Cigarettes stink. If you're gonna smoke, like, at least smoke, like, a pipe or something with, like, a cherry Cavendish or something. That way, you know, at least the tobacco smell has, like, something to it, instead of just being, like, fucking nasty-ass cigarettes. Actually, neither do I. Walking through the rainy shopping district, we talk about the usual trivial things. For me, it's another irreplaceable moment together with Akane.
ちょっとここで待っていてください。
Akane comes to a stop by my side and turns to face me. Sure, I don't mind.
すぐに戻ります。その間に全部食べていてください。
Splashing through the puddles, she disappears into the shopping district. She's probably going to the toilet or something. I do as I'm told and wait for Akane to return. Although, I don't eat my waffle. It's only been a few minutes. But even that brief time is enough to fill me with uneasiness as I stand there. Looking up anxiously, I see the sky around the shopping district covered in jet black clouds. The rain isn't weakening at all. She sure is taking her time. Oh, a couple minutes isn't like that much time to like do anything, you know? Go in, do your business, wash your hands, walk back, you know? A couple minutes adds up. I murmur, my anxiety evident in my voice. All I can hear is the sound of rain. The only human figure in sight is my own reflection in the showcase window. Well, we'll keep waiting. Give her a little bit. What happened to you, Akane? Staring into the rain fog distance, I search for Akane's figure. Scrunching up the empty paper bag, I eventually ate the contents I was promised. I tossed into a nearby garbage bin. Any way I look at it, it feels like she's been gone for too long. I don't know how much time has passed, but maybe I'm growing weak-minded after all. That's why. Why isn't Akane coming back? I arrive at a single conclusion. Because there's no need for her to come back. Because the person she was going to meet has become a complete stranger. Someone whose face she has never seen, and whose voice she has never heard. My existence, she's... Akane is an acquaintance... Oh, Akane, is he an acquaintance of yours? My existence, she's forgotten about it. Who are you? The feeling that wells up from deep inside my body is fear. Forgotten by my classmates, forgotten by my childhood friend, forgotten even by my own family, and now forgotten by the one I love from the bottom of my heart. And then, before I know it, I've broken into a run. I can't just stand here doing nothing. Hurling my umbrella to one side, I charge blindly in the direction Akane went. Dragging my heavy, rain-soaked shoes, I wander the maze of streets in the shopping district searching for Akane. Don't even know where I'm running to anymore. There's not a person in sight. Once again, I'm reminded of the tenuity. No, it's like tentative, but tenuity? Tenuity of my existence. My senses are growing dull. I'm about to vanish. Or so I think. But beyond my clouded field of vision is the silhouette of someone standing in the dim illumination of the shopping district lights. A pink umbrella. The one person important to me. The one person I first met in that empty lot. The one person I truly treasure. I run now to that one person's side. Akane! I yell that person's name out loud. Loudly, so that it won't be erased by the sound of the rain fiercely striking against the asphalt. Akane! Splash. Treading in the puddles. Splashing muddy water everywhere. Would the water really be that muddy? You know, the shopping? Well, it is sopping wet, but the shopping district seems pretty developed. So I don't know where all the dirt to form mud come from, but hey man, if you say so. Wiping away the rain that blocks my vision to Akane's side, her pink umbrella. Gradually, it turns around. As she turns to face the one calling her name, to face me. Our gazes meet through the curtain of rain. Her eyes are cold, as if they've gone back to how they were when we first met in that empty lot. Cold and sad eyes. Akane. Pleadingly, I call out the name of the one I love once more. A puzzled expression. Akane? I can feel the strength draining out of my body. It's as if one by one, the droplets from the sky are stealing my body's temperature away. Well, yes, you're not wrong about that. That is how evaporation works. I can only feel sadness. Not just at having been forgotten, but because Akane has returned to the same cold expression as before, after she had finally regained her smile. Just that. It makes me feel sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I mistook you for someone else. I turn my back to her, so that I don't have to see her face anymore. You've got the same umbrella as someone I know. That's how I got it wrong. Sad voice. Akane? I turn around without thinking. Akane, you still? Yeah, that's right. Something like what? She looks at me with a complicated gaze. All kinds of different feelings mingling together. But her eyes are sad. Oh, that was because... Lowering her eyes as I hesitate, she begins to speak. Eh? Those are words which I hadn't expected to hear. That's why I can't even muster a response. A brief silence. Only sound reaching my ears is the rain. With just that, she begins to walk away from here. I follow after her, taking care not to lose sight of her back. We are silent the whole time. I feel a sense of relief that Akane still remembers me, but more than that, the words which she had uttered afterwards prickled at me. Leaving the yes, it is a sopping wet district, but it is a shopping district. Leaving the shopping district, we walk towards the residential district. And then Akane comes to a stop. Right, we go into the empty lot, to the place where she and I first met. Her voice is a dispassionate murmur. She steps inside the empty lot. Staying there at the center, she gradually turns in my direction. Well, that's a loaded question. Her voice is a whisper. How did you... Those are all the words I can manage. She whispers self-deprecatingly. What do you mean? Oh, he also just like fucking peaced out into eternity, like you know the meme where the dude like throws up the peace sign and just fucking fades out, like that. He did that to you? That's kind of fucked. It disappeared? He and I are the same? And then it feels as though I understand everything. He was just like me. discarding the everyday he sought in eternity, so he disappeared from this world. I wasn't the only one.
私は幸せでした。平坦とした日常をゆっくりと穏やかに歩む。退屈で変わり映えがしなくて、そんな穏やかな日常が幸せだった。
Oh yeah, that's fucking true happiness. The peaceful, boring everyday.
そばにいつも幼なじみがいたから、私とシーコと、そしてあの人、顔を合わすといつも口喧嘩で、3人で一緒にクリスマスパーティーを開いて、一緒にいることが当たり前で、それが当然だと思っていました。
Just like Nagamura and myself.
私は幸せでした。だから一緒にいるあの人も幸せだとばかり思ってた。永遠にこの幸せが続くと思ってた。でも
Her words trailing off for a moment, she lowers her eyes.
最初はシーコでした。
Akane, is he an acquaintance of yours?
シーコがあの人のことを忘れて、それからクラスメートもあの人のことを覚えていなくて。
Damn, kind of fucked up that Shiko was the one to forget, like, first. Like, aren't you aren't you his friend? Again, just like what happened to me.
気がついたらあの人のことを覚えていたのは私だけでした。そして今日と同じ雨の日、今日と同じ場所で、私の目の前であの人は消えたんです。
Damn, that's fucked up. I'm waiting here in this place for the childhood friend I was separated from. Now, I realize the true meaning behind those words. Tormented by an overwhelming sense of helplessness, I simply stand there in the rain, unable to even speak in reply.
消えゆくあの人を前にして私は何もできなかった。どうすることもできずにただ呆
Hey,
然
nice.
と立ちすくんでいた。何が起こったのかも分からず、あの人の立っていた場所で私は泣くことしかできなかった。あの人が消えると同時に私の中からもあの人の存在が薄らいでいった。それでも私はあの人の存在をつなぎ止めたくて、必死であの人のことを考えて、私の中から溶けるように消えていくあの人との思い出を繰り返し思い出して。
These people, only ever truly gone when no one else even fucking remembers them anymore.
誰よりも同じ時間を生きて、誰よりも知っていたはずなのに、誰よりも近くにいた人なのに、その人の顔が声が思い出せなくなる。夜眠って朝目が覚めたらあの人のことを忘れていそうで、忘れたことさえ忘れていそうで、それが怖くて。
Damn, this is kind of like fucking real and heavy.
ずっと苦しんで、私があの人のことを忘れなかったらきっとまた帰ってきてくれるって信じて待ってたのに。そして私は忘れなかった。あの人のこと最後まで覚えていました。今でもあの人のことを話せます。あの人との思い出をあなたに話すことができます。
Do you want to?
それなのにあの人は。
Her words trail off again. Finally, looking more pained than ever before, the words fall from her mouth.
帰ってこなかっ
Childhood friends who were painfully separated, and now she was about to experience the same sorrow once more. Because of me. There's no way I can forgive myself.
た。だから
She tightens her hands into fists. Exhaling a cold, white breath, she braces herself and continues.
あなたのこと忘れます。名前も顔も声もぬくもりも思い出も全部忘れます。
One by one, the words come from her dispassionately and expression that never change. What? The words come from her dispassionately, her expression never changing. There was a comma there that I didn't see at first. Her eyes are colored with a deep sadness, but even so, she refuses to avert her gaze from me. How much better it would be if there was a hint of blame in that gaze. I want her to blame me, or blame this hopeless fool until her voice becomes hoarse. But Akane's gaze is gentle, and there's not a trace of accusation in her voice as she speaks to me. That's what makes it so much more heartbreaking.
そうすればこんなところでバカみたいに突っ立っていることもないだろうからかすかな希望にすがることもないだろうからまた悲しい出会いをすることもないだろうから
Oof. She closes her eyes, and then she opens them again.
だから
Her voice is shaking. Her resolute attitude crumbles as she is enveloped by overwhelming sorrow. But still, she doesn't look away. Once again, she repeats those words.
だからあなたのこと忘れます
Tears are streaming down her cheeks.
さよなら本当に好きだった人
Stepping straight past me, she leaves the empty lot. I could call out to her back and stop her, but Turning around, I walk into the rain. In the opposite direction of Akane. Our backs to each other. I'm sorry. The least I can do is apologize. I don't want to force Akane to bear the burden of any more sorrow. Because I love her. Because she's the one I truly love. Exposed to the freezing rain, I wander around the town. Just as I am, I receive suspicious glances from passerbys as I walk about. Hey man, sometimes you just gotta fucking take a depressed walk in the rain. Don't judge. Fuck off, passerbys. Those two only last for an instant. Seeing only the empty scenery, the people who turn their heads for a moment pass on by. Of course, after all, I don't exist here. Just where am I heading? Having parted with Akane, all that's left for me to do now is quietly wait for the moment of my extinction. That's why I have no destination in mind. But in spite of that, before I realize it, I find myself in a familiar place. A place where I'd lived for 9 years, in front of Yukiko-san's house. But it's no longer a familiar place to me. A house that I should have been used to seeing. There's something unusual about it. A pile of household belongings lying by the entrance. A messy stack of magazines. A desk with its drawers missing. A bed dissected beyond recognition. A light stand, its bulb mercilessly smashed. Speakers with cords torn off. Textbooks stacked like a pile of old newspapers. And finally, a seat that will never see another occupant again. Everything here used to belong to my room. My everyday existence lies here, clearly exposed to the rain. The proof that I had existed. But to Yukiko-san, who had forgotten about me, it's nothing but useless junk. I mean, it's not really. It's always good to have like stuff in have a spare bedroom ready in case you have visitors or family that needs to stay over. I pass right by the remains. As I do, something catches my attention out of the corner of my eye. It's the calendar that I'll never have the chance to flip again. Exposed to the rain, a single page is flipped over. The unfamiliar sight of April's calendar page is quickly covered in rain. I quietly murmur to myself as an end to everything. Goodbye, boring days. And I walk out alone into the misty streets, with neither a destination nor a reason to exist. I regain consciousness. I had been in a surprisingly deep sleep. Sitting there on the exposed muddy ground, I take shelter from the rain beneath the sparse foliage of some trees. The rain, which has persisted for the past few days, has yet to come to a stop today. Wiping away the wet forelocks plastered to my face, I gaze outward at the scenery unfolding before me. So are you just, like, hanging out in the woods now as just, like, being homeless in the woods until you disappear? That's kind of sad. From among the dense trees, I can see black clouds. It's exactly the same scenery I saw before falling asleep. In other words, my existence still hasn't faded. But now I can tell. My existence has grown thin. Without a doubt, today will be the day I disappear from this world. Rousing my dull, heavy body, I place my hands against the muddy ground and stand up. My clothes stick to my body, having been saturated by the rain. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Still, I'll only have to put up with it for a few more hours. My last moments spent looking up at a blue sky. That wouldn't be too bad. If I see the gleam of the sun at the very end, I might even have a few regrets left when I leave this world. Dragging my leaden body along, I begin to walk, seeking the place where I will finally disappear. And so, I finally arrive. It definitely wasn't on purpose, but nonetheless, I stand here now in this place, almost as if I had been drawn to it. No, maybe it really was my idea to come here after all. Clinging on to that last bit of hope, wanting to see her one more time. Even knowing that we are now just strangers, knowing that, I stand here now in this place. And so does she. Her cold, sad eyes are turned in my direction. Our gazes cross. Hi. I want to be sure. What are you doing in a place like this? Turning away from me as she whispers in a quivering voice, Akane is crying. The least you could do is remember the names of your classmates. I quietly reply in as gentle a voice as I can muster. I'm in your class. My name...
知らない!
She raises her voice as if to push me away as I walk towards her. Sad, quaking voice that hints at something being held back.
私に何か用ですか?
Akane.
用がないのだよ.
Her little shoulders are faintly trembling. Bravely, she stares at me like a little animal shivering in the rain, gripping her umbrella tightly, pushing back her emotions. The best to pretend that we are strangers, denying me, desperately holding back her overflowing tears. Fearing that if her tears were to spill over, so would her emotions, because those emotions could one day hurt her. I can't stand to see Akane like this. It fills me with an overwhelming anger to know that it's me who's causing the one I love to suffer like this. I see. Why? Why did it have to end up like this? I got the wrong person again. Her tears can no longer be hidden as they spill down her cheeks, falling with the rain as they absorb into the exposed ground. You just happen to look like someone I know. Bye. Turning my back to her, I begin to walk away.
待って.
As I'm about to leave, a voice calls out through the rain to my back. I come to a stop, neither looking back nor giving a reply. For a few seconds, there is silence. All I can hear is the strong beating of the rain against the earth. Might be my imagination, but it feels as though it's getting more intense.
話しませんか?
Akane's voice lifts the curtain on our silence. I can't tell what kind of expression she's wearing. Talk? I murmur a reply, but still not turning around.
はい。もし時間があるのなら、ほんの少しでも時間があるのなら、私の話に付き合っていただけませんか?
Sure, sometimes it's easier to vent to a stranger because, never gonna see them again. No, don't gotta worry about it. You wanna talk to a stranger like me?
はい
I don't know how long I can stay,
はい
but if you're okay with that.
はい
Alright then. Turning around, I walk back to where she stands. Gently, she extends her umbrella to me as I approach. Shall I hold it?
はい
Accepting the pink umbrella from her, I stand at the center of the empty lot. Ooh, nice flannel shirt. Fucking finally once, his fashion sense isn't atrocious. On our backs, through our wet clothes, we can feel each other's presence. Here, in the middle of this empty lot, here where Akane and I first met. Here, in the sad place where the rain continues to fall even now. Until my last moment. Until my final, very last moment. I choose to be together with Akane. Knowing that it would only make me sadder. Knowing that it would only burden Akane with even more sorrow. I really am an awful person.
ありがとうございます
Her voice comes from right beside me.
私のわがままに付き合っていただいて
So, what shall we talk about?
クラスメートの話です
Your classmate?
大嫌いなクラスメートです
I see.
はいわがままで嘘つきで自分勝手で子供っぽくて人の気持ちなんか何も考えなくて
Man, what a jerk.
それなのに
Must be ugly too.
どうして好きになっちゃったんでしょうねでももうその人はいません二度と会えません分かっているのに理解しているはずなのに
That's what makes it hurt even more.
もうその人に会えないって分かっているはずなのにそれでも大好きでどうしようもなく好きでそれでこんなところに立ってて余計に悲しくなって渡したいものもあったんですけど
Something you wanted to give to him?
今日そいつの誕生日なんです
I see. I completely forgotten about that.
ちゃんとプレゼントも用意したんです
I'm sure he would be happy to know that.
はい
Nodding, her voice becomes a little quieter.
で渡せなかっ
That's the thought that counts.
たでもせっかく買ったのにもったいないです
That's true.
だからこれはあなたにあげます
Someone like me? Are you sure?
はい話を聞いてもらったお礼です
I see. Gently, she extends her hand in my side. She's carrying a little box covered in cute wrapping paper. There's a pink ribbon carefully tied around it, although it's become somewhat scrunched by the rain. If that's what it's for, I won't hesitate to accept it. I accept the pink box with the hand that's not holding the umbrella. Droplets gather upon the edge of the umbrella, pouring downwards with the persistent rain. They're absorbed into the dirt-colored puddles and the muddy earth. Sorry, did I get it wet?
大丈夫です
I see.
はい
Is it alright if I open it now?
はい
Leaning the umbrella against my shoulder, I undo the ribbon with both hands. Careful not to tear the soggy, rain-soaked wrapping paper, I take out the box from inside. Yep, always save the wrapping paper, my grandma taught me that. I hope it's food.
食べ物
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't really had a proper meal these last few days. So I'd be happy if it was food.
食べられないこともないです
Really?
ちょっと硬いですけど
Well, I think my teeth are pretty sturdy. With a rustle, I open the white cardboard box and take out the item inside. Yeah, this might be a little hard to eat. Or this might be a little hard. Can you really eat this?
無理をすれば
You'd have to try pretty hard.
はい
Can I eat it then?
できれば食べないでください
Yeah, you're right.
はい
I know. I've got to give you something back for such a wonderful present.
お返しなんかいいです
Really?
でもどうしてもというのなら受け取ります
Alright then, in that case, I'll give you a present on your birthday.
はい
When is your birthday?
私の誕生日は
They were fragments of a happy everyday life. The school I attended every day, boring and repetitive, but when I look beside me, she is always there, looking up at me with a little smile. Trivial conversations, stupid jokes, the one I love. The one that I can say I love. I met her in the freezing rain, and in the warm sunshine. We went walking together, slowly, peacefully, as if it were the natural thing to do. That's why I only realize now, after having lost them, to walk down the lane just after the rain, to walk through the shopping district bathed in twilight, just how precious those everyday things were, and just how much I loved her. That's why, in the end, I'm sorry, Akane.
ごめん
The warmth disappears from behind my back.
いらない
Losing its support, the umbrella falls to the ground, buffeted by the wind.
嫌だよ
The birthday present lies exposed to the rain.
どうして
Kohei has disappeared.
どうして私を置いていくんですかどうして一人ぼっちにするんですか
Also, a nice alarm clock. It's just like what happened back then. Back on that distant day, in the same place. Unable to do anything. As I lost someone precious to me. As even his last warmth was washed away by the cold pouring rain. Same thing, once again. But it's not the same as it was back then after all. Because now, even more than back then, the tears won't stop. Oof. Brutal. A fucking wipeout. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Akane's had the best route so far. She's totally best girl from what we've seen so far. You know, we still got 3 more routes to go through, but I'm gonna call it. There's a chance Akane is, definitely best girl. Like, let's be real, I'm not really sure why Nagamori's the cover girl of the game. Like, sorry Nagamori, your route kinda sucked. Nothing to do with her, Nagamori is great herself, it's just, her route is weird. And I don't like it. I don't like how bad of a person Kohei is in it. It makes me uncomfortable. But maybe that's the point. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get art. It's raining. By the time I discover this, I've already left the house. Turning back home, I take my umbrella from the stand before going out again. I've decided on my destination. I'm going to that place. The place where I parted with Kohei. That was last year. Whenever it rained, I would go to wait for my friend. Clinging onto a faint hope. Betrayed. Despairing. But still hoping that things would be different this time. Over and over again, those extraordinary days repeated themselves in a meaningless cycle. That was when Kohei appeared in the empty lot. I'd realized long ago that it was hopeless. But still, there was nothing else left for me to do. But the truth was, I wanted someone to stop me. I wanted someone to tell me that he would never come back. I wanted to be rebuked, to be told that what I was doing was pointless. That's why you've been dumped. I was glad. I was saved by that one phrase. And then, I began a new everyday life with Kohei. I believed that this time, my everyday life wouldn't crumble. But I'm standing here again. This time, to wait for Kohei. Once again, I'm standing here. To wait for the person who pulled me away from this place. Because in the end, this is all I can do. But...
悪いけど、作業の邪魔だからどっかに行ってくれないか。ここにはな、家が建つんだよ。もったいないだろ？これだけの土地を遊ばせておくのも。
Obviously.
周りの土地だって立派な家が建ってるだろ？あれにも負けないくらいの家が建つぞ。
And now, I've even had my place to wait taken from me. Right now, the only thing I can do is to quietly wait for him to come back. Throwing myself back into a daily life without him. Trusting in his words. Spring. Cherry blossoms flutter down as they are battered by the rain. The turbid sky covers the earth with cold rain, as if to deny the approach of spring. Summer. The raindrops beat again against the festival drums. The rain falling onto the ground, already heavily covered in footprints. Autumn. The thin lines quietly flow down across the row of ginkgo trees. The cruelly trampled ginkgo leaves are covered in rain. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't ginkgo trees like fucking stink, like in the fall? Or I know there's one specific tree in Japan that apparently the leaves, like when they're falling, or just in general, fucking smell awful. I want to say it's ginkgo, but I'm not entirely sure. Winter. First comes the snow, and then the rain. Cold droplets that pierce the white earth. And then, the season turns once more to spring.
いい天気だね。もうすぐ春ですから。そうだよね。もうすぐ私たちも卒業だし。はい。これでまた新しい学校だね。
Yeah, totally.
はい。クラスの人たちと別れるのは寂しいけど。
So, Shiko, what are you majoring in?
でも、またどこかで会えるからいいよね。そうだ、水香さんとかみおちゃんとか元気にしてる？はい、よかった。最近会ってなかったからね。みんな寂しがってました。嘘でもそう言ってくれると嬉しいな。
Not because of you. Sorry, Shiko. They're missing someone else, even if they don't know it.
本当です。ありがとう。そういえば、水香さんとは3年に上がってもまた同じクラスだったんだよね。私の学校は3年に上がるときに
Oh, cool.
クラス替えないから。
I actually kind of like that.
ないの？ないです。そっか。なんか変な学校ね。
No, I actually like that. Keeping the class together, so that way, you're not with a bunch of possibly strangers for your last year of high school. You're already with people you're comfortable with.
そう。だって新しい人がいた方が絶対に面白いよ。はい。
I mean, yeah, you're also not wrong.
でもさ、クラス替えがないってことはまたあいつと同じクラスだったの？
Oh, hey. Name she should have forgotten.
そういえばさ、ずいぶん長いことあいつの顔見ないよね。あいつ。
Words which shouldn't be coming from her mouth.
そう、賑やかで自分勝手で。いつも顔合わせたら私に文句ばっかり言ってたけど。
The person I want to be with.
いないと寂しい。
The one I truly love.
私は全然寂しくない。私は寂しいです。あかね？あかね、泣いてるの？はい。どうしたの？嬉しいから。約束守ってくれたから。帰ってきてくれたから。ああ。
Pointing behind my back, Shiko gives a cry of surprise.
やっぱりね。あいつは噂をすれば現れるようなタイプだと思ってたのよ。
Yeah, little fucking devil. I turn around, and there he is. There he stands, with an awkward smile on his face, telling me I'm back. That's why I too give the biggest smile I can and
お
say,
かえりなさい。公平。雨、止んだみたいですね。
ooh, fucking nice hat. Or is that like a... Wait, is that a hat? What the fuck are you even wearing? Is it like a shawl? No, well, no, a shawl is what you wear on like your shoulders. Did you become a nun when we were away? She happily narrows her eyes as she peers into the dazzling light pouring down from the clear blue sky. The sky is perfectly clear, as though the shower that just passed had never happened. It'd be nice if we could see a rainbow. I look up at the sky. There's not so much as a vapor trail in sight.
それは贅沢です。
She gives a faint smile.
雨が止んでくれただけでも嬉しいです。
Yeah, you're right.
せっかくのお休みですから。
A limited everyday existence, liable to change rapidly by those very limits. Even a boring life can, from time to time, take on a variety of different forms. That which we see precisely because there are limits. That which we realize precisely because there are limits. Surrounded by such everyday things, with time that passes on, while simply feeling those moments of happiness, with all my heart.
確か誕生日にお返しもらえるんですよね。
Together with the person I want to continue walking with. What? You still remember that?
はい、
Come to think of it, when is your birthday anyway?
今日です。
What? Are you serious?
はい、
Oh, you're not lying, are you?
ついてないです。
Is it really true?
本当です。
Is it really, really true?
本当に本当です。
I haven't prepared anything!
大丈夫です。これから2人で買いに行くんですから。欲しいものも決まってます。
Don't tell me it's that thing.
あれです。
Oh god, does he have the money for it? Anything but that! Looking up, the sky is clear as far as the eye can see. Really feels like the storms up until now had never happened. Two of us walk down the lane together. Hey, Akane, why don't we try holding hands?
嫌です。
Onwards forever together.
恥ずかしいから嫌です。
No, I thought you had like sweaty, clammy hands. Together with the one I love. That's why I don't like holding hands. It's because I get fucking sweaty, cold hands. Like my hands are already cold, but then like if I'm holding something, they just clam right up. Like even my mouse or just having my hand on my keyboard, hit the enter key. It's just like they're moist, soggy hands. That's what this route left me with. Soggy, drenched hands. But anyway, yeah, I said it before, this route possibly is the best one in the game. Maybe it's the best one so far. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how Nanase handles her route. Which I like Nanase. She's kind of the tomboyish class friend. So I'm expecting great things from her, but you know, as always, I keep my expectations low and to the ground, so that way, even if it's a modicum of goodness, it will exceed my expectations, and I'll be happy. So, are we gonna, gonna skip these credits? No, we can't. Okay, thanks. I guess we will watch the entire credits, because we're like that. You know, good job, people. Good job, English localization team, which were clearly Australians. Maybe some British people too. I don't know. British. You know, can't really call them people though. They're British. Anyway, yeah, that will do it for Akane's route. Hope to see you guys next time, where we will start up the Nanase route. And yeah, I've already said everything I want to say, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment below, tell me how cool I am, yada yada, thanks, bye.